Today I want to talk to you about the process that I have used to close over $352,000 of residential sales in the last 4 months. Hi, my name is Andy and I am the host of the Blue Collar Builders YouTube channel. I'm also a entrepreneur and operator. I have an excavating business. I have a few other businesses. My primary one is the excavating business, and that is also the business I want to talk to you all about today. Our excavating business is a blend of residential and commercial work. I would say we err more on the commercial side, but we use the residential for cash flow purposes and also to kind of fill in the gaps between commercial projects. And one thing that I have noticed that I think is applicable to excavating businesses, to landscaping businesses, to window cleaning businesses, really a lot of these service-based businesses, is how important it is to have a sales process and to execute it. And I think the execution is obviously more important, but having a process is where you start. And so I want to talk you through the process that I have used over the last few months that has really ramped up our residential sales and I think is worth sharing. So it's worked for us. I'm not saying it's going to work for you, but I also want to share it because it has worked for us. So here's the process. So one of the things that I think is really important is when you get a call from a customer, it is so important to pick it up and to answer it and to have a conversation with them. Why is that important? Maybe it's obvious to you, but I've thought about this a little bit. I think the reason it's so important is because in most of our industries, there are 10, 15, 20 other companies that customer could call. They probably went to Google and they typed in excavating services Cincinnati or excavating services Des Moines or wherever you live. And they just started calling down the directory. And so when you pick up the phone on the first call, 1, you can build rapport with them. 2, you can schedule a time to go visit them. And 3, you can build a trustworthy connection with them. I believe that a lot of customers stop at that point. Once they've had a good interaction with somebody and they have a time scheduled for you to come out and visit their project and give them an estimate, I believe that they stop there. And the reason I think that is because when we answer the call, when we get out to see their project within 2 or 3 days, and then we get them a quote within 24 hours, we are finding that a lot of our projects are converting at a very high rate. The other thing I know is true is that a lot of our competition don't even answer the phone. And so the barrier here is pretty low. So the first thing is answering the phone, building a connection with them, and setting a date to go visit their project. The second thing is when you go and visit their project, as you're talking to them, take the position of an advisor or of a consultant. Do not try to sell them things. Go and tell them, here's what I would do if this were my house, and use the word I, use the word, use words like, we like to do it this way because it lasts longer, and we like to do it this way because, we see a lot of our competitors doing this and it just doesn't work as well. And so use a lot of that language and really position yourself as someone they can trust and educate them. I think that's what our job is they're calling us because we're an expert at something, and our job is to educate them. So when you have that experience with the customer, obviously take time to build rapport with them, ask them about how long they've lived with the property, ask them personal questions, and get to know them a little bit, because I think that builds a really powerful connection, and then transition into advising, consulting, teaching. The next phase, once you've seen their project, it is so critical. You have to get them an estimate within 24 hours. I'm telling you that if you can get them an estimate within a day, this is, to a customer, this feels so impressive. It feels so different than what your competition is probably doing. And I know from our experience, this has been one of the more important things, and I believe is one of the reasons customers will say yes to us, because within a week or less of time, they've not only called you, you've come out and take a look at the project, you've now gotten them an estimate, and they can decide if it fits their budget or not. And then after that, the next step of this is following up. So once you get them the estimate, follow up, follow up. I usually give them 2 or 3 days, or actually what I typically do is once I send the estimate, I'll give them a call and just make sure they've received it. It's just another touch point and it feels really good to the customer. The next step in the process is follow up. I usually give it, after that first call, I usually give them 3 days or so, and I try to have another conversation with them, answer any questions. And when I make that call, that's what I ask. I say, do you all need anything else from us? Do you have any questions? Is there anything I can help clarify? Where are you all at in making your decision? And sometimes they'll say, well, we're having some other contractors, or in that call, they will literally say, we're ready to go. When can we get it scheduled? And then that obviously is the close of the sale. And so just to give you a quick summary of the process: answer the call on the first time, build a connection. 2, get out and see their project within a couple days. 3, most important, get them an estimate within 24 hours. Call them when you send the estimate, and then call them again and follow up 3 days, 6 days, 9 days. Obviously, don't become a pest, but your job is to continue to get them all the information they need to make the decision. And I believe that if you follow this process, you're going to see a significant increase in your sales. So I hope this works for you like it's worked for us. And until the next video, we'll see ya. Peace.